we're gonna do it on go. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we click the button on go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And I'm gonna stream some sound for a bit. A CBS Studios production. Yeah, that's not helpful.
Previously on Star Trek Picard.
How is 7 these days?
You know 7. There's always folks out there in trouble.
That's about as much as I imagine I can do. Oh yeah, what I was saying before is I know in other parts of the country or the world, people get confused how to say Nevada. But I'm relatively pretty close to Nevada, so, like, we just kind of know. Ukrainian Scrimshaw. Milwaukee, from the, I assume that's a tribe? Algonquin? I'm not sure. Milwaukee, meaning the good Ian?
Land.
It's pronounced...
It below.
Oh, land. It's pronounced Milwaukee, though, right?
Do you know what Spokane means?
No, I just know it's named after the tribe.
Daughter of the sun.
Oh. But is it pronounced Milwaukee, or is it actually Milwaukee? Because I've only ever heard Milwaukee.
We pronounce it Milwaukee now, but it's probably because we butchered Milwaukee. Because, you know, the French and the English and colonization. This land ain't your land. This land is my land. Because I am a white person.
We don't need the recap. We can talk over this. We just watched this episode. People are gonna be, like, a bit confused if... I don't know, why would you watch the audio commentary for episode 2, but not 1? But, like, they're not gonna get the bit in the middle, like the intermission.
Did you like my, This Land is My Land?
Yeah.
Version?
But we're starting, aren't we? Here we go. I said don't look! Don't look at him! Don't look!
It looks like 2 Picards. Keep in mind, I am looking at a slanted...
Well, actually, you haven't seen Q with his correct hair yet, because you're only on season 1. Never go back and watch Q's first appearance. He looks so weird.
I like Q. He's weird. He has gremlin energy.
You haven't even seen him at his best yet. Far point, like, he's pretty good, Q, but he's like... We'll get into this, actually, about how, like, he's the antagonist, but he's never really the villain.
Did you ever meet the blob monster that killed, cute hair lady?
Yeah, Tasha? What about him?
Do we ever meet the blob monster again, or do they kind of just have him fuck off on his own planet?
There is a one-off joke in Lower Decks where they prank call him. Hey, he said the name!
Picard?
No, he said the name of a different episode. Okay, it is called Milwaukee. That's good. Q in this scene is fantastic, I'll say. That is not... He's of 2 worlds. Okay, knowing what's going on, I like that interaction better. There's still... He's too... Like, he's too harsh, aggressive. I mean, Picard's about to react. Like, my reaction to that as well was an instant, what is going on? Like, oh, you know, and that there are bits of this that works that other people don't like. In particular, in a little bit, when he's gonna slap Picard, it might have actually been you, Ukrainian Scrimshaw, that really didn't like it. I like it because of how much it shows that something is wrong. I actually like that slap narratively. It's similar in TNG when Sarek cries. It has that same, oh, something's wrong. Don't take your headphones off. There we go, that bit. Like,
You're not my mom.
I get why people don't like that, definitely. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't have joy from that, like, new Q returning. I get joy when Q's being Q, and I think he does it the most in this episode, if not that scene. But I definitely understand why people... That's just too much, you know. Hang on. No, this is before the Europa mission. This is before time has changed. In our timeline, the prime timeline, humanity would have also had that shield and kept it on life support. Because if I understand it, what happens from the Europa mission is Renee finds something that fixes climate change. I'm right in that, right? Like the climate change stuff. I'm pretty sure. Hey, it's another episode. I know that episode the name came from a poem, but it's still an episode of Star Trek. Hey, JJ Kling. No, wait, Discovery Klingon, isn't it? Klingon. I don't recognize JJ stuff here. I do think the skulls are really well done, you know. Bit of small world syndrome that it's like kind of the main who's who of Star Trek, but you could also argue they were prominent figures. Gul Dukat's the only one who's like a bit of small world syndrome. Which is one hell of a coincidence. Like why even give him the synthetic body? I said this in my review before, but... Oh, hang on, I'm dumb. This isn't 2024, this is the 24th century. Forget what I said about keeping the planet on life support. But I've never really gotten, and I said this in my review, why he should feel anything about this alternate version doing horrible things. I mean, it could depend on your philosophy, you know, your views on the self, you know, all that stuff. But to me, it's like, this is just fundamentally a different person with, like, yeah, I said in my review, if I was born in a different time or place or setting, then, like, yeah, I would definitely have a different moral values. If I was born in, like, the middle of Soviet Russia or, like, Hitler's Europe, yeah, I would probably have vastly different moral convictions. I meant to mention this earlier, by the way, but if anyone's struggling with streaming the episode and my commentary, just turn the quality of the stream down to like 320p or something, because you don't need to look at it. You just need to hear it. I think as well the fact that Picard spends so much this season in this like dark I mean, not that. Oh, first off, they spend so much of the season in the dark uniform that, like, you know, my thumbnail character's wearing now, but also everyone else does, is even more of a reason his prime timeline, like Commandant of the Academy uniform, should have been colorful. You know, just differentiated a bit. Thematically, like, it makes the future seem so much more happier than this alternate timeline, which just makes it seem so much more miserable. Yeah, I would have given him a lighter suit. Best bit of the theme. If I was in time, you wouldn't worry, we're out of sync. Here you go, this is what the song is like. And that's all you're getting. See, this bit, beautiful little intro. I can't really remember what the first one was like, honestly, is probably my biggest problem. But I just remember all this bit, like, thematically appropriate, sure, but it's not as good of a song. And then the mandatory little do 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 in a bit. There we go. Do 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 do. You have no idea how tempted I am to make that be the quote for the watch order guide. But no, it's... No, I just can't. God, it would be funny, though. I like how all his lines are real monotone, but that one, the actor chose to deliver a little bit cheerfully. I mean, as an actor, it's probably hard to deliver lines like that emotionally. You probably overcompensate into, like, a bit of cheer. I think early Data does that too. In a lot of his like early season 1 performances, he's kind of Brent Spiner's kind of happy or like emotionally positive solar panels, even in the Hitler timeline. God, I hated those solar panels, but now it's just been so dumb for so long that I'm all in. Never get rid of them, except like randomly in between times you have them. God. It's kind of odd that, like, you know, everyone still exists in this timeline. It always is in the alternate timeline stuff. Um, but if you accept that, it's kind of weird that Annika's family didn't go chasing after Borg, and so were never captured, and Annika never got assimilated. It'd be weird if she was, but actually, it's because everything else about just everyone's existence is so weird, it comes across as weird that she wasn't assimilated. Can't you? I can't smell in general, but... If these are the same robots that, like, on Utopia Planitia were helping to build starships, why does Picard have slaves? Is it just for, like, prosperity or something? Or, like, does he like it? Is it sadistic? I'm kind of down with that. But robots were surely just better. I like that suit, though. Seven's suit. Hey, Deep Space Nine reference. They never do that. Wait, General... the Prophets engineered Sisko's birth in this timeline, but didn't snatch him up to do whatever he had to do. It could be another Sisko, you know, but... Huh. I guess maybe Joseph Sisko had, like, an actual non-engineered kid, whatever. Alex is gone, by the way. I can say whatever the heck I want, you know. Discovery era Vulcan ships. That is interesting. I guess you could say they're Enterprise era, just like they're just really old in Discovery. I mean, I guess if we're talking about weirdness, why is Rios fighting in, like, a converted cargo freighter that's not even human? Wait, they actually are fighting Vulcan. Like, what's Vulcan? 16 light years from Earth? I guess you could say maybe they rebelled recently. Also, it's awfully considerate of Q to drop Rios in chronologically after 7, given that 7 spent, a lot of time between waking up and sending this call. Well, apparently they do if you got lost in your own UI. He's got a fleet, like, these are cargo ships from some non-Federation, or at least non-human race. Well. Good morning, Okinawa! I mean, real convenient for these two to happen to exist, like, right next to each other. Star Trek Picard, somewhat contrived? I'd never. You could say it's Q magic. But like, it, everyone else is kind of where they should be in this universe. Are those Halo Master Chiefs? Star Trek Picard, somewhat generic looking, I'd never. I do kind of like those black uniforms, though. I mean, I think a lot of these bits are pretty well written to, like, set up the little exposition scenes and all that junk. make Seven and Rios realize that they're both from the Prime timeline. Who is that voice? I know that voice. I'm amazed that this guy didn't show up more in the series. Like, every show needs a BB-8, Baby Yoda. God, Star Wars is king of those, like, little merchandise monsters. Now that you don't look hot. Wait, was that her line? I was about to say, I think this scene might have some, like, bored nudity on the display, if I remember correctly, and then I realized I'm not streaming it, so it does not matter. But I think I remember spotting that in my scene by scene. So, like, does this imply that the Q of this universe, like, did Q who, basically? Because that's the only reason the Borg are in this part of space. But I guess if we're saying, you know, back in Prodigy, the Federation was going to the Delta Quadrant. I am burning the quadrants of different, distant quadrants. Well, if there's ever a line straight from the Borg Queen herself that showed a misunderstanding of the Borg. Or, you know, maybe there's some real... God, you wouldn't want to live in the universe with the evil conquering Borg. As opposed to the Borg that just want perfection. I feel like we've kind of slowed down in stuff to say in this one. It's like, yep, this is happening. I mean, it's a lot of just, oh look, the world is bad, but I knew that. I mean, at least they still have cute people in dystopia. I could just see Picard, like, never putting on a, like, evil, intimidating face in his life, just trying to make that. Picard got angry, you know, Picard gets angry, but never, like, evil. Ruthless. Well, ruthless isn't the word I would use to describe angry Picard. I mean, it's hard to get, like, a more intimidating title than that. Hi, I'm Picard, I killed the Borg. I would have loved it if he's like, Annika, you're incredibly, like, sincere and soft when you're not at work. In the basement. With the butter knife. I see you've learned to play the pronoun game in your old age. Wait, does Raffi not know who Q is? Like, she's supposed to be one of his, like, best friends. He is a bit of a private man, but, like, if Q's in his biography... Not to mention, you know, if God occasionally showed up and messed with the Earth, people would probably know about him. Elnor's makeup. Does the actor, like, have half-shaved eyebrows that they then, like, fake the other half of? Or is it something else? Because I was weirdly fixated on his eyebrows in that scene. Hey, see, there's the monitor I was talking about.
A water monitor?
There's like weird Borg nudity, but not nudity because the Borg is like metal boobs or something.
So only organic boobs counts as boobs?
Metal boobs.
Titanium!
Yes, that's what Borg boobs are made out of, titanium.
I'm very happy with that pun.
Why keep the boobs at that point? I mean, it's not like she's gonna breastfeed or anything. Huh. I mean, the Borg Queen, maybe she just wants to be sexy. That's kind of like her whole thing. It'd be weird if she said, like, Teller Prime. That was the change. I mean, it's like how it's... I guess this is just right now the explanation of why they never do it, but it is kind of weird that they acknowledge that, like, yeah, that time travel just exists. And we just never use it. It's like, you need a yada yada yada, but they had Spock. It's like, are you telling me that, you know, even if no other Vulcan could do it, that you can't build, like, a computer? Remember when Spock did the time travel by, like, slingshotting around the sun? He just, like, kind of guessed the right masses and stuff, and then he brought the whales home. You're telling me that no one else can do it? I mean, look, like, the Borg Queen could do it.
You don't need me to go on my Spock rant. I don't think you want me to go on my Spock rant.
What's your Spock rant? You love Spock.
The fact that they said he was an emotional child.
Yeah. Wait till you meet Ethan Peck. Wait, didn't you say they said he wasn't an emotional child?
No, they said he was. And how he would come home, like his mom said in the first episode where she's introduced that he was an emotional child and he would come home upset because all the other Vulcans made fun of him. And then in the animated series, they're just like, nope.
Why'd they do that? I mean, he seemed like a bit of... He had emotion. It was a child actor that played him. I can't remember what you didn't like about it.
Because they didn't make him emotional.
He was
very
emotional.
Emotionalist.
He doesn't mean he's, like, always emotional 100% of the time. He tries to bury it and, like, fit in. He got sad when his big bear died. If communications are being blocked, I really hope they don't have, like, colonies and stuff. They want to broadcast Eradication Day to... Is that a Wookiee? That is Alex, Ukrainian Scrimshaw. I thought you left, honestly, like half an hour ago. I'm glad to see you're still here, though, enjoying it. But that's the noise Alex makes when they want to win an argument. I've still got the podcast episode recorded where it's supposed to be like the Yelmore noise that Alex made from the new Voltron, but it's still sitting. One day, I'm sure we'll release those artistic and autistic episodes. Is like some sort of big special or whatever. I think one of them's even edited. For the Orville, we did Orville reviews, and I think one of those is edited. Playing some PvP and listening some. Are you listening to me, listening to Picard, and playing some PvP? Yeah, player versus player. Or have you just abandoned Picard and are just listening to me? I'm kind of curious. Also, you're here, but YouTube has told me that 0 people have been watching for the past, like, half hour, because it's not very good. Maybe you're not clicked on YouTube and it thinks you're not watching. I don't know. Are those fries vegan? Are those fries vegan?
They're the steak fries from Red Robin's.
You have all 3 going. Wow. I like to imagine you've got some sort of voice chat in-game going as well. It's just like some sort of hellscape in your ears.
And in one year he has Picard in you, and on the other year he has his PvP.
Yeah. I could have Alex make that noise constantly if you'd like. Don't. Right. The queen is just a torso and head. Is it beheading the queen, or is it betorsoing her?
Are you talking about the flesh lady from Doctor Who?
No. You can't behead her, though. She doesn't have a head.
She has a face.
Not a head, though. I can take your face off, and, like, you still have a head.
Face Off is an old competition about special effects.
It's also a new competition. It's not that old. That old is like what you say about William Hartnell's Doctor Who.
It's ongoing. It's like calling it Doctor Who.
Hey, Brent Spiner. Wonder if he's gonna be important later. Could you imagine if, like, Brent Spiner died or something, and all he had recorded was that line, and so somehow, like, it made it in, and that was his whole role in Picard was just, like, that random statue that never went anywhere. Hang on a minute, this is the auditorium, isn't it? Just with curtains up, and did they slightly change the stands? I think this is the auditorium set. Which just goes to show how much the, like, lighting and decoration goes, because that was a beautiful set when it was the Academy. And now, it's like a bland, totalitarian nightmare set, which is what they were going for, but... I really like they kept the speech that Annika wrote. I love how that chant is clearly one guy, like, very clearly, and everyone else kind of fades away. Hey, there's another quote for the watch order guide. I'm very proud of myself of how I talked about some of the Star Treks that I personally really hate in that watch order guide, I must say. So, she's supposed to be beheaded, right? How? Because she's got, like, those poles going next to her head. Like, it'd be really awkward to try and get around and behead the Borg Queen. Wait, Elnor's not gonna, like, kick their butts? I thought that's totally where this scene was going, wasn't it? Like, Elnor was just, I was even debating, complaining about, like, a traditional action scene, but that was totally a scene setting up for Elnor to, like, handcuff, beat up all those guards. Ukrainian scrimshot. Yeah, plus presumably her bones are coated with titanium or something even harder / more advanced. I know you didn't type titanium, but that's how I'm gonna read it. Well, no, her bones are organic, other than her spine. Because in First Contact, that stuff that dissolves organic matter, it got rid of her torso. But, like, I'm sure if they really wanted to, they had her in a science lab. They could have devised some mean to behead her. But no, Picard's just gonna shoot her in the face. God, I forgot about this whole plot line. Like, so Girardi is lonely because she has trouble connecting with other people, like opening herself up. Not that they don't like her, that she herself has trouble opening up. And add that to the whole, like, cult indoctrination, giving up everything you are to be some sort of part of a collective. God, this season is just bad. And I don't mean that in quality, although I don't think it's great. I mean, like, morally, it's a bad season. I've said Discovery's second season is the worst season of television I've ever seen, but it's not bad. Like, it's just not, it's not a well-made show. This is bad. I do like him kind of egging them on, though. Like, come on.
You can have the remaining fries.
No, they don't have to know I'm eating fries. I'm sure if they could hear it, they would have said something.
You just look over to see if there's any fries left.
Yeah, I did. Don't tell them. There's fries left. What does this make me? I'm watching an execution, just sitting back eating fries, So wise. So, no way in hell does that phaser have a stun setting, I'm just saying.
I just realized something about the last episode. We finally had somebody say make sure you set your phaser to kill.
Oh, yeah. But he didn't pull out a phaser and set it. He didn't have one. But, he's like, Dr. Crusher, I don't need to set my phaser to kill. It's always on kill and storage, as is Starfleet, regulation. What's the point of a phaser if it's not on mega kill?
Remember, kids, set your phasers to kill.
They always say set phasers to sun. It's never like set phasers to level 6. What even is stun? Like, surely there's different levels of stun.
Set phasers to incapacitate indefinitely.
I love that. It's not numbered. It's literally just descriptions. It's like, set phasers to... that's uncomfortable.
Set phasers to bee sting?
Yeah. Set phasers to... like, distracting annoyance. Yeah. Set phasers to, like, throwing my back out, but have to hike up the mountain.
Set phasers to stubbing one's toe on an unexpected
Set phasers to stepping on a Lego. It's like, Captain, are you sir? It's like, we have no choice. These creatures are resilient.
I like how it slowly became less and less impressive. Until eventually it's just a Lego. Set phasers to fabulous.
What are they? It's not binary. There are levels. So is it like set phasers to nearly dead? It's like set phasers to maybe kill? Sometimes kill?
Set phasers to rainbowed. Every other... you don't know when you shoot if it's going to be stun, kill, or Lego.
On Enterprise, it's a binary. Because, like, they flip. Oh, no, that's JJ. Does Enterprise do that? I don't remember. Can the Enterprise phasers kill? I don't know.
What they said! Set phasers
No, the show Enterprise.
Oh.
Are they even phasers? I think they call them something else. Or, like, they just invented phasers. I can't remember. Did Elnor die yet? Did we miss that? Oh, yeah. There you go. So, I know that he's a hologram, wait. He didn't die on the Stargazer, did he? Because I know they get out of this by, like, he was wearing a mobile emitter or something. It's a hologram, but...
I know what song should play.
What?
Around the world.
No, stop.
The world.
Oh, that episode's done. Yeah. I know they get around... This was the last thing I learned. They get around Elnor by saying he's wearing a mobile emitter. It was a hologram. But, like, did I miss him dying on the Stargazer? Because if they just fixed the timeline, he never would have been there to die.